You might, too much, 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 too many crabs in the barrel, but I'd rather hang around family and battle. It's too much, too many dripping in sauce, and I ain't hating on nobody, they can get lost. It's too much, trying to help a nigga out, the only thing they care about is internet cloud. It's too much, niggas sounding like each other and they all dead wrong, they don't even get along. Too much, you might, 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 too much drip, you might slip, 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 too much.
Up in the way, cause I don't play clown. Take that with you on the way down. Up in the way, cause I don't play clown. Take that with you on the way down.
I've been in this game for years. It made me an animal.
And what I'm trying to explain to you, ladies and gentlemen, is the real world that our children live in. Not the ideal one that we want them to live in. Not this wonderful world that we pray that will come here one day, but the real world that they have to live in. You want to know why they're acting so crazy? You want to know why they're doing the things that they're doing? Because we have not prepared them to live in this real world. We have sent them through 12 years of school teaching them this dumb stuff that doesn't work, and when they go out and try to apply it and get killed for it, we are not there.
Me an animal. I eat a fake motherfucker like a cannibal. And I don't even understand how he got that far. Cause every time he write a rhyme, it's about his goddamn car. You know the top 10 hottest in the fucking game? Well, 8 of them niggas fucking lame. It's a fucking shame how y'all put them on a pedestal. But I figure you ain't got nothing better to do.
Pinky ring up to the moon. Ain't going so damn into you. I'm done with these models and done with these bottles. Girl, I'm just trying to talk to you. We don't have to go to the room, but girl, best believe if we do. That we getting naughty, the body's my body, so yeah, but that's all of the truth. And we can go as far as you want to, cause ain't nobody finna stop you. D&D bumping out of this bottle. When we fornicating back at the Tahoe. Then I remember go off on my phone. I pick up to you saying you home alone. I hop in the whip, and I should this on the wrist of your pistol, cause I know that it's going down tonight. Let's fuck it up now, this merry-go-round, cause we in the clouds tonight. I'm trying to show you the time of your life, so girl, let you down tonight. Let's go a few rounds tonight. I'm lost in the sauce, and what's it gon' cost? It's for your size tonight. It's about to go down, it's about to go down, it's about to go down tonight. It's about to go down, it's about to go down, it's about to go down tonight. I'm lost in the sauce, so what's it gon' cost? It's for your size tonight. It's about to go down tonight. It's about to go down, it's about to go down tonight. So many missed calls, I understand why you was pissed off. Let me explain for a minute before you start jumping to conclusion. I really don't understand why you doing this. Chill for a minute, let me explain this. I'm sorry for all the attention I ain't paying. All of this honey you be bringing, I paid it. The only one to do better than a man shit. Yeah, you baby, all day baby. You be in my mom, best believe I ain't playing. Stay up on my grind just for you is what I'm saying. Make a most for you, be on my scripture on the daily. So maybe be less insecure, cause you the best thing that I can ensure. Like Geico, when you progressive that I can't ignore. My A1, you my lady, and that's for sure, so stop it. Ready your head just to go and pop shit off. Also bitches that ain't even really jocking, dog. You tripping, baby, I ain't even got no options, though. But if I did, I'm in my pockets, you could bleed me. Oh, goddamn, you don't understand it. We don't do what you be begging cause I'm damaged. You hit me down before I hit embarrassed. So now you fucking up the ground like a bandit. Play vacation, motivation, keep me in the studio, see deprivation. Got me going crazy, though, my body shaking. Think about that body and the love we make your faces. We was meant to be together forever and ever, for worse or for better. And pour with cheddar, it don't matter. You was winning my grind, and my pockets fat. A hustle, the glass, one of it, let's get shot out tonight. Let's fuck it up now, this merry-go-round, cause we in the clouds tonight. I'm trying to show you the time of your life, so girl, let you down tonight. Let's go a few rounds tonight. I'm lost in the sauce, so what's it gon' cost? It's for your size tonight. It's about to go down, it's about to go down, it's about to go down tonight. It's about to go down, it's about to go down, it's about to go down tonight. I'm lost in the sauce, so what's it gon' cost? It's for your size tonight. It's about to go down tonight. It's about to go down, it's about to go down tonight.
All right, all right, all right. Peace, 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 everybody. Welcome. Mrs.SheSaid is in the building. You know how to do Shame Sunday. Shame. Shame. Don't do that. Shame. Don't do that. Shame. Shame. Every Sunday, I will be here giving a reflection of some shameful and foolish behaviors that needs to stop. If it does not apply, let it fly. But if it applies to your ass, I know the shit sting. I know it stings. Your feelings will pass. Do something about that. Because everybody is not taking care of their stuff. So if it does not apply to you, let it fly. But a lot of you chicks out here, goodness gracious. All day. Enough is enough. Get your damn kids. Get yourself in check. Okay? It's a new modern day. And bitches is getting smacked with bricks. Check yourself before you wreck yourself. This is what life has taught. All right, grown kid coming in from work. Hey, baby. Still my baby. Smart, beautiful, intelligent, hardworking. Came out of us. Absolutely. Please. Welcome home. Lunch in there. Hi, Daddy. Get to the pleasantries. What's up, y'all? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Share it if you haven't already. Like and subscribe if you haven't already. Hey, Lady Navoa, enjoy that church session. Girl, enjoy it. Hey, Mr. Dunbar, welcome, welcome. Shame. They know what it is. You come here, you know what you're coming for. Mr. Ricky Williams is in the building. Shame. Goodness gracious. And he's in the building. Hey, and you're welcome, welcome, welcome. I know it's Sunday and everybody's doing their thing, getting ready for the week, out in church and making that dinner, getting your house in order, whatever the case may be. Just turn me on and put the listen on in the back. So good. Hey, Karma. Sending some love and light and condolences to you, sis. You know, it's hard when people lose a very close friend. It is very hard. And we cannot tell one another how to handle those emotions. You know, just be willing to be accessible and assist in some type of way. So sending love and light to you, sis. We appreciate you always. And we'll see you soon. You're welcome, love. Word. It's hard out here. Got to get back to finding some love and abundance, man. Trying to show that. First, you got to learn to love yourself. When you love yourself, you love your children. And you should be loving the father of those children, too. That's what's preached. Not a Bible thumper, not a Quran thumper. Don't do that. Most of grown people should know right from wrong. And if you're moving in wrong, then the consequences will ensue. It's going to happen. Ladies, get your mammograms. You heard this. You heard the sister, early 40s. Get the mammogram, okay? Don't tell me what the doctor says. You don't have to get it till you're 40. Get it. Y'all got them big old things sitting on your chest. You better make sure they're good up under your arms and everywhere. Thanks, sis, for sharing that. Yeah, it's gonna be a day. It's gonna be a day today. I am gracing you guys with Miss Briana Henderson. She is the educator's advocate. And as well, she's caught on to some of the shameful behaviors and foolishness that she sees in some teachers, the children, the parents, holding people accountable, giving some strategies, some pointers, some guidance for people who have that lack thereof to make things better, especially for the children. So I appreciate her. I actually sent her a message and let her know that I was going to use her content today. Not requesting for her to be on at all, but just sharing that I appreciate her. I admire her. She's inspiring. And, you know, you guys should check her out. Again, her name is Briana Henderson. You can find her on TikTok, YouTube. TikTok, she probably got almost 300,000 followers. But on YouTube, she ain't got a whole bunch of videos here. She's got maybe 200 and something. So show us some love. If you go over and you like what she's doing, maybe she'll bring her content over to YouTube. But it's needed and necessary because our educators need an advocate too. I constantly preach that, you know, parents need to be their children's first advocate. You are the children's first advocate. You know them best. Can't go begging for help and assistance and you don't even know your damn kid. Can't go in and try to get counsel for your children and you don't know your child. When therapists and teachers and administrators ask your children's strengths, what do they do on a daily? How much time do they do this? How much you can't be, I don't know. I don't know. So, you know, this is where we are by us neglecting the children and giving them the guidance from birth to 5. They're getting into school and a lot of them cannot control their behavior. They cannot control their behavior. This is the generation, and I like her saying, this is the generation of the in control of being out of control child. And you would be amazed on how many people make so many excuses for these children, that everybody's on the autistic spectrum. Everybody has some type of, learning disability. Besides taking accountability for the lack of teaching and educating, modeling particular types of behavior for your children early, birth to 5. Most people send their kids to school at 5. Some start at 3, PK 3, pre-K 4, pre-K. Yeah. But 5 is the normal age to institutionalize your children. By law, if they have a social security number, I think it's by 1st grade in most states, they have to be in school. You have to let the state know how your children are being educated. Unless you got them off the grid, then you can do what you want. But here we are. Our children are out of control, and they're really good at it. They're really good at it. And it's a shame that there are a large majority of parents that are willing to just put drugs on their children. Here, take these drugs. This will calm them down. This will stop the behavior. Instead of checking their behavior, checking their environment and what they're instilling in these kids. Some shit is genetic. They watch you. They watch you. Yell, carry on, show no control. When you don't think get things your way, you throw things and toss things and break phones. And this is people in general. They're watching. They're watching. And they're going to school and behaving this way. And people are expecting teachers to be miracle workers with your horrible behaved children. And when someone says usually an unruly child comes from an unruly household, meaning an unruly mother or an unruly father, yeah, it's true. Most bullies that come to school probably get bullied at home from an older sibling, a younger sibling, an uncle, or aunt, mother, father. And we're sending them into school expecting them to behave, to know what is right and wrong on how to behave. And that training comes from home. You have to tell your children how important school is. You have to tell them what their expectations are. Attempting to learn, being kind, sharing. But disrespect in public schools is unacceptable. And if your child has a problem, they need special needs, then you as the parent need to find those resources and seek them for your child because you know best, not the teacher, not the teacher's aide, not the administrator. You are the parent. Nobody's going to continue to keep coddling you mothers, pandering the bad decisions. You act a fool in the house around the children, they will follow. I got a great couple of videos I'm going to pull up for y'all. Sit back. Hope you learned something today because it's important as adults that we guide our children in a better way because they go to school. It's hard to learn like that. Let's get to it. Welcome to Briana Henderson. Moderator, please.
Are you coming into art? All right, I'll take this paper. My voice should be off for the next 3 seconds. 3, 2, everybody's voice should be off in the next second. 1, 0. You're small. Please have a seat without a reaction or a response. I appreciate that. Take your question in 1 second. Voices are 100% off and we work on our now. We will take questions at some point. It's not right now. That's in my intent. I appreciate that. No reaction, no response. Just that was a poor choice. Good.
Are you ready? Because educator, here comes your student. And they can, and they will, because they have you. Because you, the educator in the classroom, will always be the deciding factor. Because it is you who gets to define and defend your desired classroom culture. Yes, culture. What you're seeing in action here is not classroom management first. The classroom management is very much tertiary with the deductions, the redirection, and the restating of directions. Let me tell you what comes first and second. The defining and defending of culture. It is very clear that this teacher has an expectation of how we will do things in here. It is based on what he believes about himself and the students he serves. And make no mistake about it, I'm sure there's a student in that classroom who has some type of diagnosis or disorder. And I don't say that flippantly because of the demographic. It is known and documented that the rise of students being diagnosed, it's overwhelming. But let me tell you something. A diagnosis, diagnosed or only strengthens my resolve to create and curate a structured and disciplined environment so that all children can thrive. I have uploaded the entirety of this video as a case.
Hey, sis, welcome, welcome. Briana has been an educator for many, many years, an administrator, and she's the coaching consultant advocate, and she's here to give pointers and, shine a light on things that are unacceptable. But us parents don't like to hear. We don't like to hear that. We don't like to hear some things, our children can't behave themselves. We don't like to hear that. Your children are different at school. Did you forget that you were a child and you went to school? Were you the same at home? At school? Yeah, I wasn't. I had an eagerness to learn, though, because I was the baby of boys. So I definitely wanted to, challenge myself, compete with them as far as knowledge went, coming home bragging that I can spell this and I can do that. And yeah, so it was a thing. So some competition is good. So you're going to see some videos such as this, the differences, because, all year we talked about some stuff. We've seen some videos where teachers were assaulting young kids in school because they're not following directions. But there's a way to redirect. There's a way to redirect and repeat directions. Stand firm. And that teachers are losing that because they don't have advocates. They don't have the support that they need, especially from us parents. We know our children best. First question we want to know is, our children contributing to class? Are they contributing? 45 minutes in here with you. Do they contribute? The majority of the time over the last 20 years, we've gotten yes. So they've been a pleasure. They're definitely a plus to have in the class. So we've done some things right, I'd have to say. But in times we do go through struggles. It's a struggle to parent. It's a struggle to redirect and learn these tools and tips and tricks with your children, like they're children. I think we may be a little smarter than them, but a lot of the times we're not. It's what I'm seeing. I don't know what y'all are seeing out here, but it's kind of out of control when it comes to children being in school. And we're getting way too comfortable with adopting this mindset of drugging them up. Truly, it's been in the plan. And I'm not going to dive into all of that. And if you don't know, then damn, do your fucking research. Straight up. We're going to bring Briana back. We got another educator showing how she demands respect without needing to be vulgar or mean or, it's a certain way that teachers carry themselves. And we're going to bring this next teacher up to the class. Come on, teacher, show them.
Are you ready? Because educator, here comes your student. And they have the utmost respect for you. Because just your presence, just your look commands respect. It is my hope that every educator has this approach about themselves. Educator, is summer break now, but you're going into the 23-24 school year. And you say to yourself, I want a classroom, a campus that has a culture of respect. One that is supportive, collaborative, positive, empowering, safe, nurturing, positive. And I want a culture that is welcoming. Well, let me tell you this. You don't get there, educator, without intentionality behind who you are. Do you have the grit? Do you have the guts to stand flat-foot, shoulders squared, chin set and eyes focused, and look a student in the eye and say, I don't know who you thought I was, but I am not she. Because I want you to understand this. Culture is a mindset. Because classroom culture begins with you, a person, whereas classroom management begins with a program, PBIS. Culture is organic. Management is systematic. Culture is about relationships. Management is about procedures. Culture is long-term. Management is day-to-day. Culture is the essence. Management is the execution. Culture is influenced by your beliefs, by your values, by your expectations. Management ensures order and efficiency. Culture shapes behaviors and attitudes. Management establishes norms and expectations. Culture is built through interactions and experiences. whereas management is implemented through practices and policies. Culture is warm, management is cold. And if you think that the answer to the questions that you've been seeking, my educator, regarding what happened last year with the in control of being out of control student, and you're saying to yourself, I need more management tools, think again. Because I'm telling you this, there aren't enough processes and systems and procedures to combat the fact that there's not an educator in the space who says, I wish they would, because I have an answer for them. And the answer is professional, swift, appropriate, and accommodating. Because this next school year is going to be different, and make no mistake about it, it's because you are.
Yes. Educators got to be different. I think a lot of parents have created this weakness in educators because they don't feel support from you. You know your children best. You can best prepare them and warn them ahead of time. Listen, my son, it's hard for him to sit down too long, and you know, this child has to go to the bathroom a lot. So, you know, keep that in mind. And this one constantly sucks their thumb. So, you know, try to get them to wash their hands. Ain't picking up the cooties. Like, this is our job. You have to report to these people. When you send your innocent, precious jewel, I mean, 4, 5, and 6, these people don't know your child. So when we're dealing with your children, we're kind of watching you. We're watching you through your children. A lot of the stuff they've learned before they come to school, they got from home or wherever you keep them. So if you're not instilling anything or preparing them for the school life, which you know what it looks like. 50 years, many of us went through public school, so we know what exists. We know how the day goes from breakfast to getting to class by 8:45 by sitting down and the teacher expecting certain things to be done. Our do nows. There's a do now every morning. Okay. Like, and you can prepare your children before they go and then be upset when the teacher has to hold your child accountable as well as you accountable for your child's behavior. You don't accept that. It's hard to hear. And I know many teachers who have been told by parents, you know, he's just bad. You know, my child is bad. Y'all can't even label and give great descriptions of your children. Articulate well what the issue is, what the problem is, what their strengths are, what their weaknesses are, what they need help with and guidance in. And matter of fact, teacher, how can I help? How can I help? On days that I'm off, what can I come in and do? What do you need help with? We're not doing that. We're thrusting them in these places and expecting these teachers to do all the work. And it's like a epidemic here in Baltimore. It really is. They have lawsuits of generations of people, you know, 40 years after being in their public school system, and they're illiterate, functional enough to get through, but going through the public school system and not being able to comprehend and articulate and all this stuff, it's a problem. They actually have a lawsuit here. So it's real. And it's not just here in Baltimore City. There's a lot of states and cities and urban communities where they're not getting the nurture that they need. They're getting management. They're managing your fucking children. Okay. They're managing them. And not only that, we want them to suck down drugs too. And we're okay with it because we don't want to train our children, rear them up, raise them up, guide them, model anything. Here, just get them these pills. Get them this electronic, let them sit and dope up. Like, we got to do better. And I'm hard on the women because we choose to have these babies. It's our responsibility. You are the first teacher. It's your responsibility, married or not, family or not. Once a baby comes out your vagina, that's your job. It's your job to protect it, to teach it, to model decent human behavior to it so they have a better chance than what we've had. Right? Our children are supposed to be mimics of us, but better. And when you self-reflect, you know where you F up, right? So you want to give them better tools to work with so they can do better and make better choices. It's what's needed. So Briana has so many great videos that I want to share with y'all. We've probably played a lot of them. I show a lot of the kids' behaviors, tantrums and such, but her articulation on what you can do, tips and strategies, assistance for the educators, because she's pointing all this out for the educators. She wants the educators to be prepared for this student. This student is about to come in your class. Prepare yourself. Let me give you some tips on how to handle it. But you parents have a lot of responsibility in this, a lot. Middle schoolers, their phone should not be more important than their goddamn books. Phones, hair, nails, wigs, weaves, all of that, pom-pom shorts. Middle school? Yeah, it shouldn't be. It shouldn't be. That's when we start thinking about doing it. They're not preparing them. We're kind of making it worse. Some of us have responsible children, but many do not. You do not. You know your child better than anybody else. Stay involved. Stay involved. Hey, Red, she said, yes, I stayed involved at my son's school all the way until he graduated. And I'm telling you, it gets tiresome, but it was absolutely fun going to all their ceremonies, enjoying it. Like Madison's the last one, and she's homeschooled. So we don't have to go to the school and do it. We got to prepare our own celebrations and ceremonies, you know, which we can do. And it's going to be awesome. Got Spirit Week coming up. If y'all want to join, I'm just saying, it's definitely coming up. We got to do better. But she's going to show y'all some of y'all kids, you know, and it's just so easy to pander our little babies, right? Because when they come out, they're so innocent, so little and precious, right? And that toddler stage coming, everybody talk about terrible twos, right? Horrible threes. It's a real thing. It's a real thing. But you know what? You're the parent. You redirect and re-instruct. And she said, you're not going to do that with me. Not today. You don't have to strong arm them, beat them, and carrying on. You know, encourage the young people to watch some Super Nanny. That's something, you know, some series that you young parents can watch with your children. Because they'll look at the children's behavior like, oh my God, I thought I was bad. There's some information out there. But when we fill our minds with cantankerousness, you know, that's how we're going to behave. Out of control, loud, boisterous, ignorant, disrespectful. That's what you're going to get. So let's see what Miss Briana Henderson got for us now. Moderator.
When I talk about classroom culture
Simple
preceding classroom management, I think of moments like these, where the educator in the classroom makes a decision on how they're going to fill the space, and not just through instructional delivery, which of course is important, it's why we're here, but with a sense of awe and wonder around the fact that for this moment that I have you, students, in my presence, under my watch, you're going to know how much you mean to me. You're going to begin to understand how much you mean to each other, and you'll definitely realize how you matter even to yourself. And that is classroom culture. It's palpable. All who enter feel it, sense it. They want to stay. They want to know how you do it. And it's not because you have all the good kids, air quotes. It's because the children who are in your class, no matter their age, understand there's a benefit to being in your presence. You are the present. You are the gift to the space. Here's a direct quote from Miss T's Cup of Culture, our 20-page digital downloadable ebook, page 13. Culture is encouraged when the individual and the collective experience the benefits of an upheld culture: safety, security, praise, positivity, belonging. But I hear you say, Briana, the group of kids I have this year, I wish I could put mirrors in boxes. These kids will knock that box over. Will they? What you're probably becoming more and more aware of is the in control of being out of control child has such a void. And that void has oftentimes arisen because of the adults in their lives are inconsistent in adulting.
Inconsistent in adulting. A lot of you resort back to being a goddamn child around your children. Around your children. In earshot, tantrums, all of it. They watch you do it. They watch you do it at the register. They watch you do it with your boyfriend. They watch you do it with your husband. They watch us. Your babies admire mothers first, right? They love us first. Majority of the time, they're going to mommy. Put them on the floor, they going towards mommy. Majority of the time. That's just an assumption. You know, I don't have no accuracy to that. I'm just saying. My babies probably would have went to daddy. And I love it. Go to daddy. Shit. But that honoring culture, you hear all of that positive, inspiring, like love and nurturing. Yeah, it can't be one-sided. It cannot be one-sided. Can't just be men, you know, doing that for the women and the women don't do that for the men. That's idiocy. It doesn't even make sense. But again, there's a lot of teachers where you cannot put that mirror in the box. Some of these kids will push that box over when they look in that mirror. You know how many little kids don't like looking in the mirror? They don't like themselves. And you don't know. You're not the parent. And I think it's always something I said to him. When they do that transfer from elementary school to middle school, it is extreme. You know why? Because the whole time from pre-K to 5th or 6th grade, they've been with one teacher at a time all day. That teacher had to get the time, the consistency, being present every day. They have to be in attendance consistently, 6.5, 7 hours with your child. That's a lot of time. And we thrust them from that to going into a class where there's 45 minutes, maybe no more than 55 minutes, and they got to be thrusted from class to class to class. Teachers don't have that kind of attention span to focus on your child. So definitely toward middle school, you have to be extremely involved. You need to let these people know who the fuck is sitting in their classroom. Is it you or is it their daddy? Is it their grandma? Is it a traumatized child? Was this child abused at home? Was he bullied? Huh? That's a lot for a teacher to know and learn and understand. Child come in, they all broken and fucked up, causing catastrophe in class. But that teacher does not know what's going on in that child's life. It's just an uncontrollable child. You need to go. You're doing an injustice to your children by not being present consistently, being involved, taking the help when needed. Shame. Stop pushing the men out the way. Stop dangling that goddamn possession of a child in their face. Let them play some role. Let them be a part of it.
I hold on to the gun.
Why should he hold on to the gun?
Cause I already got it, motherfucker.
Void has oftentimes arisen because of the adults in their lives are inconsistent in adulting. So when they get to you, they're wondering if you'll be the same. And you'll show them that you're not. But let's not forget this. In any given classroom where I had the pleasure of serving children, there were more who smiled like the child in this previous video. Precious, who reminded me of my own children. And those students, I did not want to disappoint. Get your copy today.
Educators don't want to disappoint their children. Most educators do not come in to disappoint the children. They want the best for them. But they can't be the only ones wanting the best for the children that don't belong to them. That work is hard. Shout out to all the freaking educators out there. Y'all are so greatly appreciated. follow one young lady. She's constantly doing the little girls and the little boys' hair in her class. Some people may think that that's wrong, but when she's getting praise from the parents, they appreciate it, because some of them just can't do it, can't do the job, don't have the time, whatever the case may be. She chose to not judge and step in and help. Please make sure you get permission from parents before you start touching somebody's kid's hair, okay? All right? You might get hit with a brick. Some people don't play that. It's a nice gesture, but still get the phone call, the text or something asking if you can do that, okay? So, it's a lot of situations we place our children in, and their children, they don't know. They don't know. You're the adult. We're the parents. We are the elders. It's your job. It's your job to tell them, train them up, to get ready, to be prepared. And when they fuck up, it's your job to hold them accountable. Some type of consequences, some disciplinary action. Y'all need to look it up. It is actually legal to corporal punishment your child. Your child need a goddamn spanking, a pop or pow something. Yeah, strenuous push-ups. Yeah, it's not okay to abuse your children. It's not okay to abuse your children, but you must hold them accountable. And sometimes a pow may be necessary. But we're going to watch this parent reprimand her child. This is another way I've seen this type of stuff. Again, I had brothers, and there was some consequences for behaviors, and sometimes it looked like this. Moderator.
So yesterday, you know what I'm saying, the teacher called me because you've been giving her problems. So this is the teacher, and with all y'all kids, this the teacher. So I'm gonna pass it. I'm gonna let you hold this because this is the teacher.
Right.
Hold it. No, hold it. Yeah. So in order for you to understand, hold it because that's the teacher. When she keep having to stop her lesson, take it up, kick your feet up, kick it back up. Okay. Because I'm gonna help you not fall. Because this is the reason I asked you. I'm gonna put my feet in yours, in front of yours, because this gonna kind of hold you up. Because this is me helping you not fail, which is helping you not fall. So, but this is the teacher. So, hold this, right? So what you need to do is think more. You need to think, and you need to breathe, and you need to stop and think about your actions. So, what you're going to do is, I will breathe. And then you breathe. Hold it. Don't drop the weight, because that's the teacher when she keeps talking and saying it over and over. No. I'm helping you. No. Hold it with your arms. Fix your feet. We'll get it. I know it's a heavy weight, but you have to stop and think. Come on. Push your feet a little further. Let your feet touch mine. Now, hold the weight. Hold it just like this. And don't drop it. Gotta hold it right now. Get you in a good position. Hold it to where you feel comfortable now. Because this is what your teacher did with. So put it here. Don't drop it. No. Hold it. All right. Now, no side. No. This is how you hold it. And I don't want you to drop it. You should be in knees. And I want you to hold it just like this and don't drop it. Here you go. Nope. You can see my hands underneath it, holding it. I need you to do that. Now, just like that. Don't drop it. Now, that's your teacher. This is me. Planting my feet to help you not move and fall. Now, I will breathe. Now breathe. Hold the weight, because that's what you want your teacher to do. You want your teacher to put up with your talkative and not being. You want the teacher to deal with you being. You can't drop it because she didn't drop it. You're angry.
Are you ready? Because educator, here comes your student with a parent behind them who understands. Educator, hear me clearly. There are more who understand than don't. And it is for those children, those families, we show up and breathe. Because when I talk to you about pressure and changed behavior, this is a beautiful example. Kudos, Mom.
Kudos, Mom. And don't think for 1 minute you can't do that to girls. Okay? That's not just a boy consequence to get a weight. You ain't got no weights, get some books. Find a way. Change the behavior and tell them why. Tell them why. How hard it is for those teachers to go in there and teach a group of children. It's hard. 18, some classes have 30 kids in it. It's hard as hell. Teachers come to teach, not discipline your damn children. They don't. There was a day when they had paddles and shit like that, okay? So kids got their ass whooped in school. That's how simple it was way back in the day. And it was an acceptable thing. Corporal punishment is not legal in school. At home, yeah, all 50 states. Abuse is not. Yeah. Learn what corporal punishment is. Learn how to discipline your children. Discipline your children. Correct your children. Redirect your children. Fits, tantrums, all of that shit can be redirected even at 6 months, 8 months, 10 months. But you got to be present and you got to be consistent. These kids are way smarter than you think. Some of them are great actors and actresses. Brilliant even. Master manipulators. Like, you need to know your child best. And they're all different. Don't try to take 5 kids and say all them the same. They all the same. They same from mother, same father. Nope. That's 5 different little human beings. Little creatures. Know that. You got to know that. That's a lot of kids for a teacher to teach. So, it's on you to prepare your children on what they're about to get into. So it shows the lack of, I would say it's a little bit negligence on the parents to just throw your child in school. You see how many kids go to the first day of school, they screaming and crying and carrying on and all of that shit. You know they're going to like it later. But if you prepared their ass, if you did a walkthrough to the school, prepared them, let them know this is what you're going to go and this is how you're going to experience your day. So they know. It is scary. Neglect is a failure to care properly. And when you don't give them the information to prepare them, you're failing them. Because again, it's not the teacher's job to control your children's behavior. You don't want them to spank them. You don't want them to put in timeout. You don't want to be called to say you got to come pick their ass up. Sounds like a lot of you stuff. Can't keep blaming these babies. Y'all need to stop, moderator.
If I believe you. He made a sacrifice. It's the real chance for me. Actress, whole actress. Okay. You got that?
Yeah, I got that. A whole.
I work in videos, but really I want to be my own star in the videos because I want to become a pop singer and a rock singer and write my own songs, produce my own songs. And then I want to try an actress because people tell me how talented I am. I'm a natural and stuff like that. So then I'm going to write my own stories and direct my own stories.
Whole performance. And who's got time for that in a classroom? Because educator, here comes your student. Yep. So here's what's happening. September 29th, 2022, 6 p.m. Central Standard Time, our Cup of Culture webinar. You don't want to miss it. I'm highlighting the 3 myths of the in control of being out of control child and how we properly serve them. I'm also unpacking the 3 C's of classroom culture. Here's how you register. Go to our profile and register here. Register today before the window closes. See you there.
Or educators, get there. It's going to be some great information, to prepare you for these children, the in control of being out of control children. And it's a lot. It's all the way from pre-K, little toddlers, all the way up to high school. Even college students ain't out of control. Whole actress. Y'all got a lot. Y'all know your little cousin. Y'all know little shoo-shoo out here acting. Look, we can put it on real good. Cry at the drop of a damn dime. And she's awesome. But this is what we have. We have some children who go to school and they act the goddamn fool. Straight up acting. Disrupting the class. Know that your child is one of them. Okay? You should know. Prepare the teacher for that. You know your child is an actress. Like, listen, my child might, turn around and act like a ballerina, and it's okay to give me a call. Like, something. But when we turn into these type of Amber Heard type people. It's a shame out here. Where it's at. Let's see the actress in action.
Felt like he
Can't
was
believe
on top of me, and I'm looking at him in his eyes, and I don't see him anymore. I don't see him anymore. It wasn't him. It was black. I've never been so scared in my life.
Sobbing through her second day of testimony, Amber Heard described Johnny Depp's alleged attacks in graphic detail.
My head was bashing against the back of the bar, and I couldn't breathe.
She accused Depp of slapping and kicking her during a private flight with others.
No one did anything. I felt so embarrassed that he could kick me to the ground in front of people.
And Heard broke down while claiming that during an alcohol-fueled rage in Australia, Depp sexually assaulted her.
I don't want to do this. I don't want to do this.
Her lawyers then showed images she took of the trashed home from that trip, including bloodstains.
There's blood on the carpet. I could see blood drips. My forearms were cut. My bottoms of my feet were sliced up pretty good.
Where the fuck you get off talking to people about me behind my back going over my head?
What people?
What people would you think I wasn't gonna find out?
Oh, child. Kind of fucked it up for a lot of us, man. She fucked it up for y'all. And it's amazing, the last 30 years. I got nieces and nephews, man, that's way in their 30s. So I've been doing this nurturing mother thing for a long motherfucking time. Okay? All right? Yeah. And they're unique. So this whole the boy who cried wolf has always been a story. It has always been prevalent in the home for learning, modeling, understanding, self-reflecting. You cannot keep crying wolf and think somebody's gonna fucking believe you. You cannot be acting a cantankerous ass, whorish way and think somebody's gonna think you're an innocent, graceful lady. You gotta be kidding. So, miss me with all that. I don't believe all women. Sorry. Just like I don't believe all men. Just like I don't believe all acting ass kids. Shit. We supposed to walk around this planet believing everybody? I look like Boo Boo.
This is a work of art.
Child. People try to put stuff together, make themselves look stupid as hell. Moderator, let's get this other video.
All right, let's move on to the petition. No, that's enough, ma'am. You've told me what he did, and I'm telling you, go get the results. She's trying to run. You're trying to get away from these results. Yeah, no. Don't you run. Don't you run.
Go ahead. You already know the answer.
She started packing her stuff up. She said, we gonna see. I hope you're not running
all that shit. Y'all talk way too much shit lying on your damn vaginas. All day.
The probability of paternity. And sir, I hope you're ready for what she's about to read. Read the part in the yellow. You read what it says, ma'am.
The statistics are on video. That's 35 years.
What does it say?
It says 0.
0 probability that the child is his. It is not his. I will grant you $5,000 for emotional distress. I do believe she misled.
It's $5,000. I don't know who are training women to think that men don't have human emotions. That's a problem. And y'all expect a lot of grace and empathy and sympathy and, but I hear a lot of man bashing. It's like everybody's doing it. Man bashing, woman bashing. Where's the love and abundance? Where's the creative content for others to do better? Growth and development. Humans, we are adaptable people. When people want to stay stuck in ignorance, be there by your motherfucking self. Got time for that shit. People be sounding dumb. But yeah, Briana, I'm not gonna take away from my Miss Henderson today. Yeah, Yeah, let's cut into another video of these little toddlers acting up. They grow up. You need to point that out to young mothers. These babies grow up quickly, very quickly, right before your eyes, and they're going to model your behavior. They're going to model your behavior. And if you don't correct it, it will continue. And sometimes your behavior needs to be changed in order for that correction to happen for a child. Can't just expect them to change and you're not changing. Hey, Mr. Vaughn, welcome. We expect miracles out of our children, but we're not modeling that type of betterment in ourselves. So they learn from us. Change your behavior, and then you're able to redirect and change your children's behavior. But some of this shit is just uncalled for. Let's hear how Briana speaks on it.
What? He can't stay. He can't stay. He's showing out bad, and he ain't stopping. He ain't stopping.
You paying the whooping?
And then he taught them people a whole classroom. I'm talking about flip shit over, flip tables, flip chairs, flip everything.
Are you ready? Because educator, here comes your student. And by the way, she's back. And she is me. And can I just say bravo to my campus and district leaders for keeping me busy this time of year. Because the culture forward message will be told from campus to campus and district to district across this nation. And by the way, if you are new here, I am Briana Henderson, culture forward consultant to campuses and districts across the nation. So with that being said, repeat after me. He can't stay. In other words, he cannot stay. Staying is not what he will be doing. What he will be doing is not staying. I think I've made myself clear. Let us talk about the standard that is being raised across this nation regarding behaviors in school. Because while some of you who are parents of in control or being out of control children look at this scenario and think, how could they? How could they reject a child and not give them an opportunity to learn? Spare me. It is high time for those of you who send your students to a public school who know good and well that these children will tear up at a moment's notice all things pertinent in that classroom. You send them there, we're sending them back. Yeah, back to you. And if that
that's how I need to be. Okay? You sending them to us uncontrollable, we're sending their asses back to you. The audacity of some of you parents.
Everyone's got it. Now you can got it too. The fucking audacity. Now in a can.
This is what brought this awakening to Miss Briana. This I posted this on my Facebook page, and you would not believe the ignorant shit that comes out of some parents' mouths. There's no help out here for us. Are you kidding me? My mother been working with people with special needs. I'm talking about in the 80s. They put them in there with mentally insane people. There is so much more resources 45 years now in the present in abundance. You have to do the work. You have to find what best works for your child's special needs, whatever it is. Behavioral, linguistic, physical. It's your job. It is not for you to send your child to school and the teacher says, your child has special needs. We're going to do this and that and that and that. The fuck out of here. Stop it. If you didn't know, you should know. All of that is your responsibility. You have to have a lot of details about your child and the characteristics that they are exhibiting when you go in these places. This is why our children are so doped up. We've been watching this for 20 years. We're a foster care, therapeutic foster family, okay? And that's the first thing we say. You come in with 4 different types of drugs, we're gonna try to wean off of that. And it's been successful with changed environment, changed behavior of adults. They're children. And if you're not present, you don't know what the fuck they learning. You don't know them. You don't know them. Sorry. You think you do because you birthed them. You pushed them out. Good job. Yeah. Trophies for pushing out babies, y'all. We need to stop that. And TV has created that type of dynamic. A push gift. This is what's been happening. I've seen this, right? This is something real. Y'all getting push gifts. So are there women getting epidural gifts? Are we giving C-section gifts? Is that what we're doing? Y'all want a lot of praise for just pushing out a human being. It's what we do. The ones who are blessed to be able to do that. But y'all take that shit and run with it like it's everything. And it's not. It's not. There's work to be done after for the rest of their life and the rest of your life. What are you doing with it? What are you doing with your time, with your children? It can't be that much positivity when I see so many people on these social media platforms for hours and hours and hours and hours, early in the morning and awake in the morning and awake in the night and awake in the morning and awake in the night, doing nothing. Dumb shit. Hey, Queen. See how I like to switch that up real quick. Sometimes we need another adult opinion. No, not in this day, sis. You can't tell nobody nothing. What you talking about? Opinion? Oh, you judging me, bitch. You can't give me your opinion about being an adult, raising children. You're judging me now. You're saying that I'm doing something wrong and it doesn't look right and this, that, and everything else. Nobody wants your opinion on how to do something better with their children. We think the highest of our babies and we can sense when something is off, but to get the confirmation is good too. Yeah, most of these people don't know their kids. Most of these people don't know their kids. We've been here a long time. I love talking to parents. I love building with them and I get a lot. The child is bad. That's what I get. Or nothing. They can't even explain the type of child that they have. It's amazing to me. So it's not just talk. I want to encourage you to know your children. Okay, because this ability to cry wolf is fucking amazing. Okay, and it may come a time, it may be your man they crying wolf about. What you gonna do? What you gonna do? Because in our history, mothers have ignored it. Okay, I did a whole show with my friend to come up here and share her testimony about mothers who stay with child molesters. Mothers who stay with abusers. All of it affects your children, whether they see it or not. They hear it. They're not stupid. They absorb in the world around us. They're humans. Are you dumb? Huh? They're not baby dolls. You have to teach your little girls when they're playing with baby dolls that real babies come with a lot more responsibility and duty. You can't just drop a real baby on the floor. You can't just forcefully feed the baby the bottle and paint their eyes with nail polish. Like, this is real shit. Little. Okay, that shit starts early, teaching them the difference between fantasy and reality. Y'all wait too long to try to teach them and then say they're slow. You're slow. If your child has not been diagnosed on the spectrum and you're slow. You made a conscious decision to not teach your child from birth to 5 years old and send them to school. A lot of y'all do that. And if it don't apply to you, let the shit fly. And if it's stinging, read a motherfucking book with your kid. How about that? Beans. Welcome, brother. We're going to get back to Miss Briana.
You send them there, we're sending them back. Yeah, back to you. And if that happens enough, perhaps you will make the decision to parent. I said what I said.
I said what I said. Maybe you will make the decision to parent. You are the common denominator. You and your child. You constantly getting calls. Constantly. Your child's behavior. Your child. Little Johnny, his behavior. What kind of environment are you having your children in? Are they getting any attention? It's hard to get attention when your face is locked up in a phone or sitting up in a YouTube screen. It's really hard. It takes a lot of discipline and structure and time management to make sure shit gets done. Okay? They need us more than you think. And it's a problem. We put y'all on pedestals and, and kids don't want to blame The parent, the mother, not the mama, not the mama. Yeah, she was a crackhead and a whore, but not the mama. Y'all got to be kidding me. Fuck out of here.
Not the mama, not the mama, not the mama, not the mama.
You do that one more time and I'm going to throw you across the room.
Not the mama.
Like a lot of you motherfuckers. You go back in your past and you know your mama was a rotten bitch. Okay?
Some of y'all know it. Some of y'all know it. You know? And there's no problem with holding them accountable for some of this shit, especially if you've self-reflected and you've made those necessary adjustments and changes in your life and for your children. Go back and say, bitch, look what I did. I had the blueprint of what not to do. Look what I did. Aren't you proud? And even if not, I'm proud. Even from the mama. Like I know so many women who has horrible dysfunctional relationships with their mother, but they would not go and have that motherfucking conversation. Shit is amazing. They still feel like little girls. And that shit hurts me. Let's go sit down with her ass. Y'all relationship ain't tight anyway. Get it off your chest so you can move forward with your children. Because it festers and we see it repeat. And if I point it out, something's wrong with me, fuck out of here. I'm going to point it out because I notice it. When you share with me and vent and victim, I see it. And when I see you doing the same shit with your children, I'm going to say something. This has always been me. You don't like it? Go somewhere else. You're not wanted here. Nobody has to explain anything to you. My covering is here. I've been chosen. He's been chosen. We've been blessed with our children. There's no more. There's no more. That's it. So we're good. Blessed, even. So, you know, y'all are going to be held accountable. Your child keeps getting sent home. Send them to us. We send your ass back. I love that. No nonsense.
Children will tear up at a moment's notice all things pertinent in that classroom. You send them there, we're sending them back. Yeah, back to you. And if that happens enough, perhaps you will make the decision to parent. I said what I said. Here at the Educator's Advocate, it is our duty and pleasure to build within educators a capacity to have a mindset, a mantra, and a movement around culture forwardness that says, this is how we will do it here. And that takes strength and courage and a posture of authority. It's the proverbial posture of Miss T. But just because I can handle Junior, I don't want to. And my educators shouldn't have to. Because here's what that will look like. We'll begin doing the hard work of watching everything that the child is doing, making corrections and giving congratulations, all while handling 23 other children.
Come on, Miss Briana. Kind of reflecting in my life a little bit.
When you can do that work at home with one, so do it, so we can do our jobs. This school has just begun, and my educators have already identified those children. And educators, I have a resource for you in building the positive classroom culture that you so desire. But it all starts with you being the adult. And you will find that and more beginning on page 7 of Miss T's Cup of Culture, the 30-page digital downloadable ebook that you need to get into your hands today.
Educators struggling, go get that ebook. Y'all struggling, you need some pointers and some tips with your students on how to make your classroom setting better, your culture of classroom better, because they have trained you up to manage these children. I went and got a goddamn degree in early childhood instruction, 2011, graduated. Tidewater Community College, Norfolk, Virginia. Minored in American Sign Language. Y'all need help. Go get this book. You never stop learning. Learn how to bring a better culture into your classroom. Middle school teachers, high school teachers, you as well. You only have these kids for 50 goddamn minutes a day. It's not enough time, especially how uninvolved they are. A group of 10 kids, who likes to go to school out of 10? Y'all give me a number. Out of 10 kids, each 10 kids you see, who likes and enjoys and prefers to go to school and do work and write and read books? How many? I'm gonna give y'all a minute. How fucking many? 10 kids. How many? How many like to play Roblox? How many like to play them shoot up games? Is it something that they enjoy? Because teachers were like her when I went to school. So that type of presence that they demanded without being mean and disrespectful and bully-like was absolutely like that. Teacher walked in the class. She didn't have to say, y'all quiet down. Come on now, little Johnny, quiet down. Put your stuff away. Nah, we knew what was up. We was told what was expected of us. And we did it. But maybe we were the last era getting their ass whooped. We knew if mommy had to be called or daddy has to be called, it's going to be consequences. Were we last generation of consequences? Stop pandering and coddling your children. They're babies. Raise them up right. Because society and other people will discipline, reprimand your children. Criticize even, judge even. Let's bring Miss Henderson back up.
His mama.
Are you ready? But instead of talking directly to my educators, I want all of my parents in the room. Whether you've been following me or are new to my page, let me introduce myself. I am Briana Henderson. I have had the pleasure of serving students in the private and public sectors as a teacher all the way up to a campus administrator. And as founder and CEO of The Educator's Advocate, which is a consulting and coaching group serving educators across this nation in classroom culture, I've worked with all children. And it is truly my heart to connect campus and community in a greater and stronger way. And it begins with you, parent, in the home. And if you follow me, you know that I share that often, but I want to go deeper. Out of all of my accomplishments and amazing transformational work on campuses through professional development, my greatest achievement is this: those 3 young adults who call me mom. It's my greatest. And over the years, hear me, parents.
3 young adults. 3 young adults that call us mom and dad. I mean, the greatest achievement. The greatest achievement. Great foundation.
I have stood flat foot on some foundational truths that I've even taken with me into the classroom, but were gained, molded, shaped, and identified through my work as a mom. And yes, it is work. So parent, I want to offer you an opportunity as I bring to you the very coaching that I would to a PTO or parent-teacher association. And get in the room with me as we gear up for our next Cup of Culture webinar, Your Baby, My Student. February 6th.
Yeah. Many PTA conversations, with me expressing that your baby is going to be an adult one day. How long are you going to coddle your baby? And they will get offended. They get offended. It's a fucking terror. You can't keep making excuses. Find some help for your child if they have some issues. Change your behavior. Parents, sometimes your behavior needs to be changed in order to get your children on the right track. You have to acknowledge that your shit is foolish in order to change it. You got to acknowledge that you're in the wrong. You're creating a horrible dynamic for these children. I couldn't be in the line behind that woman with that little boy calling her bitch consistently over and over and over again. It would have been a whisper, a conversation in her ear. I would absolutely ask her if it's okay to have a conversation with her before I did. I'm not just a disrespectful person jumping in somebody's shit. When you learn people, you have a certain essence that's received well, so you don't attract that type of demonstrous, cantankerous, ignorant chicken head bullshit. Goddamn chicken heads. Yeah, it's always existed. Grown women who act like middle schoolers. Yeah, they exist. The in control of being out of controlled adult. Y'all good at it. Y'all really good at it. When someone checks you, something's wrong with them. But Miss Briana Henderson has come across many of these types of children, and so have I. Out of close people I know have been these children. Like, you have to self-reflect. And parents need to stop ignoring the fact that their children need more structure and discipline, and they're not giving it. It's a society of idiots. Okay? I don't need stats. Look it up your goddamn self, because it's true. Have you looked at the school education system? But parents blame the education system. Y'all are fools. It's your fault, your job, your duty to teach them. Initially, you send them as a blank slate to school, and teachers don't know who the hell they are. Y'all are foolish. So, you know, the educator advocate is giving you educators some pointers to help you out in these upcoming years where people are starting to pull their children out of school. So let's go. That's your child. I see him. That's your child on the floor. On the possible dirty floor. Shit, pee on shoes. Your child.
I truly seek to understand, because educator, here comes your student. And you're saying to me, Briana, they're just a child, a toddler. Aren't they behaving developmentally appropriate? When a child behaves developmentally appropriate, it is for the adult to begin the process of correction, support, help, discipling. Because what's the alternative? A child on the floor, face down at Costco?
Yeah. We think this is okay. Generations of it. Generations. This is not new. These kids be controlling y'all like it's no tomorrow. Okay? I had a super nanny role one time, a couple times, plenty of times. We're going to talk about one time in particular. The Three Little Rascals. I love them. My little boy, they like in their teen years now. They teenagers now. But mommy was having a hard time. Mommy was having a hard time, and my presence alone checked them. Okay? I ain't have to yell at them, be mean, or none of that. Hey, you ain't hear what your mama said? Sit down. But the littlest one, he needed the super nanny. He needed to know that you are going to come and make him sit down. Boop. Had to do it. I said, no, you got to keep doing it. Got to keep doing it. And she had to keep doing it. We was there for probably 2.5 hours with her making him sit in his spot for 3 minutes. She got it. She got it. She got it. She had to stand firm on her square and say, this is what I'm instructing you to do. And until you do it, you will not move. I mean, and that was hard. That stair-stepper kid. And I felt for her. We grew a great bond and discussed a lot when it came to them kids. And she was willing to gain some correction, get some tips, because she wants to give them the best outcome. She wants to give them the best outcome. So as a parent, it's your job and your duty to make those adjustments. Absolutely. It's your job. It's your duty. And you reach out for help. Don't be ashamed of that shit. Like, especially if we got kids, we all went through that stuff. Don't ever think that we had perfect children. They're just perfect little children and never needed no correction or guidance. Yeah, no, absolutely not. Be willing to take some of the pointers, man. Yep, mothers, it's your job. Putting it on you.
The child to regulate? Educator,
Children
let's
don't
bring it to the
self-regulate.
classroom. Because perhaps you, like many of us, are dealing with and have dealt with parents whose style of engagement differ from the expectation of a public school system. And granted, it has its faults. Us educators know it more than you. And if you have chosen to place your child in a public school system, you have simultaneously chosen systemic order. Do this, go there, when I tell you, because I'm not doing anything to harm you. I just want you to get off the floor and get in line, because you see a 2-year-old, but I see a second grader, a 12-year-old, a 12th grader.
That part.
And let us not forget, having those feelings, I don't care your age, they're valid. But the way our feelings are expressed are either in the best interest of the individual as well as the collective, or unacceptable. So educator, your student is on the floor of the classroom. The other students immediately know what to do. They get quiet or they begin working on another activity. If the child is not hurting themselves, someone else, or property, go over to the child. Stoop down close enough that they can hear and say, "My goodness, what is wrong?" The child may not answer. Say, "It's okay, sometimes I feel like that too. You want to talk about it?" They may not answer. So the objective is to get the child off of the nasty floor. So you say, "You can come sit at my desk and lay your head down. I don't want your head on this nasty floor, and then we'll talk about it later." Or some derivative of that. You can also add an incentive that may help with that process. "Once you get to my desk, I'll let you hold my magic pen so that you'll be ready to talk." Adjust your tone and posture depending on the age.
The last part, adjust your tone and posture depending on the age. You women are children. Can't nobody say nothing, especially if their tone and posture is a certain kind of way that threatens you. Damn. A lot of great tips, educators, parents. It's not just for educators. You use those strategies. It works. It works. Y'all have these children and then forget about their emotional. So many great pointers. Y'all want to see another kid? Because I got a couple more. I got a couple more before we get out of here so we can tend to our little person and get this Sunday dinner popping. They're magical.
There is no more.
This is cool.
There's no more. You better calm down. No. You better calm down. No, I don't want to. Well, you need to.
You're mocking the baby. No. That's not your friend.
That's not
He's
very
mocking the
ladylike how
baby
you're
from the
behaving.
bed.
You better quit it.
Are you ready? No, you're not. Let's look at another one.
Bombastic side eye. Criminal offensive side eye. Do you understand?
One more.
One more.
So they are mad that I didn't let them go outside right away. Oh yeah, he definitely got in trouble for throwing the chair. I have 2 sets of twins. All 4 of them were diagnosed with autism. So this is every day for me. The constant screaming, throwing stuff, hurting themselves or others. This is every day, all day. And they don't want you to whip them, yell at them. But it just gets overwhelming because it's like, I don't know what to do. Look at my...
Yeah. Y'all see it? I don't know what to do. Like the after effect of it all. You shouldn't have the phone. Shouldn't have the phone. Shouldn't have the phone. With 4 little people. And the reason I did a whole show on this woman is because these 2 videos, it was 2 videos that was pinned at the top of her page. But when I went to her goddamn page, it was all ass and titties. That's it. She and it ain't. Yeah, the sundress is showing all ass and titties. So you're pulling us to your content with the children being dysfunctional, and all I see is ass and ass and titties, looking for attention. When I call attention whore, this is what this is. This is exactly it. We want to label these children with all type of autistic needs. You don't get the resources, get the help, get the assistance you need. Put some direction in your house, some structure, some organization. Give them lots of creative tools to work with, because, you know, children like to manipulate things. Have some order in your house. We keep continuing to pander and coddle women. Stop it. Okay? So there's consequences behind giving birth to children. That means you have to raise them, and you have to raise them up properly. Hey, Critically Drinking, Sean is in the building, just passing through. Likes and love. Appreciate you, brother. Sunday is usually a busy day for everybody. The world class is in the building. Hey now. Reason is still you are the adult. You have to find and have different strategies for your child when they are in emotional uproar, when they are in the essence of being uncontrollable, because it will happen. Like, they're little human beings. But you are the adult. You have to guide. You have to redirect. So hopefully you'll take some of these pointers and use them and utilize them with your children. Because we don't have to go on tangents. We don't have to be ignorant and rude and mean to our children. Because you know what? They go out into the world and behave that way with people because they think it's okay because mommy and daddy treated them like that. So show some respect to your children, okay? By changing your funky ass behavior, lack thereof. Negligence, all of it. Blame the children. It's horrible.
I don't want you to whip them, yell at them, but it just gets overwhelming because it's like, I don't know what to do. Look at my house. It's messed up.
My last Cup of Culture webinar dedicated to parents sold out in moments earlier this year, and I have no doubt this one will do the same. Parents, pull up to the table for a moment. I am Briana Henderson, culture consultant and coach to districts and campuses across this nation, who often bring me in for PTA or PTO meetings because, let's just face it, the work that we do is in the best interest of children. And I cannot help but look at these scenarios which are taking place in homes, which are reminiscent of what happens on campuses. And I have an answer for that. Summer is coming, and the children are coming home. And if any of the adults in the scenario wherewith we just watched remind you of yourself or a similar experience, I need you to register for the next Cup of Culture webinar dedicated to parents, one you will not soon forget. And don't wait, it will sell out. Because can I tell you this? In working with parents across this nation, I have come to identify the top 3 reasons why many of our families struggle. Because of guilt, because of fear, and because there's just a lack of knowledge. Guilty as you perceive the child's negative behavior as a reflection of your own parenting, and guilty when the emotions arise when you're attempting to correct the child. Fear because you're afraid of damaging the relationship with your child as a result. You worry that your child will become resentful or rebellious. And lack of knowledge, which is just uncertainty around appropriate measures of disciplining. I'm ready to talk to you. Register today.
So there's help. There's help. And even if you got to pay, it's worth it. It's worth it if you're going to get the outcomes. But there's work to be done, okay? You're not just going to get a call and everything's going to change overnight. It has changed behavior. That's one thing I got from 20 years of Super Nanny and Nanny 911 and all those types of shows that shows a lot of redirecting. It was the parents who needed the redirecting. Nanny come in and take a scope and watch what's going on and sit their asses down. It's like, yeah, y'all are the problem. Y'all are the problem, okay? We create these dynamics with our children without even knowing. Yeah, if you're not paying attention, 2-3 years go by fast as hell. Them kids done absorbed a lot. You being called a bitch constantly, you using the word bitch all the time. And then when they get out in public, you think they know how to decipher that they're not supposed to say that word? And they use it so articulately. Goodness gracious. Yeah. Yeah, phrase it well. All that with tone. Hey, Sarah, there is so much quick diagnosis when it's most likely environmental with what they see and hear and the actions of adults. Absolutely. Yeah, but we want to ignore that because there's no accountability. There's such a lack of accountability, you know? Yeah, because they're just humans and they're just supposed to know, right? 6 years old is just supposed to know. No, being overwhelmed because you can't beat or yell at an autistic child is wild as fuck. Yeah, it is. It is.
This is a work of art.
Even regular children don't want to be beat, but set an environment for them that is conducive to them learning and growing. Especially little people like that, they need to be constantly engaged. And if you engage them enough, and when it's time for nap time, they're going to knock the hell out. You engage them enough and it's time for bed at night, 8 o'clock, they're going to knock the hell out. How do you do that? Consistently. And letting them, giving them that direction, knowing this is what's going to happen. Because guess what? Mommy and daddy need to have mommy and daddy time. So you need to go to bed at a reasonable time, respectfully. Okay? So we can honor us still. Because usually parents, your life is full of children. It's about y'all. The good parents is usually about y'all all the time. So we have to make room and take time for ourselves. You cannot forget about one another. Okay? Mothers and fathers that are together in the home, you cannot forget about one another. That's going to cause a problem. It's going to take away from the intimacy. Because, you know, women, we do get in a mindset when we have our children, the intimacy that we feel from these babies is amazing. It is amazing. It really is. It's nothing like it. I seen the instant in Chris Jones, and I don't even watch that girl, but the instant in her, like you can kind of see it. So let's see where that story goes. It's very public, so we'll see. It's instant, y'all. So don't let that overwhelm you and take you away from the intimacy of the partner who you received that seed from. Like, that's important. And I'm thankful to my husband's grandmother for telling me that. Don't forget about him. And I swear it sticks in the back of my head every time I feel consumed with the kids. Like, okay, I love them, but I got to give them some love too. Self-reflection. It's important. Yeah, let's bring these kids back. Parents, do the work.
Please don't punch my daughter.
Okay, I will.
Are you ready?
I remember that one. We play that a lot.
No, please don't punch my daughter.
Okay, I will.
Okay, I will. Yeah.
I'm not punch your daughter.
No, please don't punch my daughter.
Okay, I will.
Are you ready? Because educator, here comes your student. These post-COVID children who are in control of being out of control, who require a next level post-COVID educator. Who would have saw that coming from a mile away? And because these students are highly intelligent, they test the waters of your resolve with the question. And this is your time to respond as if the action has already happened. Are you asking me if you can hit someone? And then you'll add, bring me those hands.
Bring me.
And you, go sit over there to get them out of the way.
Right.
Just in case when walking past, they use those hands. And when they come to you with those hands, you say, you will not use your hands to hurt the other students in this classroom. I don't even want you to think about it. Do you understand? I'm going to watch to see if you remember my expectation for your hands in this classroom. If what I just shared with you sounds exhausting,
it is.
Multiply it times 10 and you might understand.
If it sounds exhausting, it is. Multiply that shit by 10. These are your children that need constant redirecting. I've never seen something. To me, it's an epidemic. It's a problem where we have children who lack any type of self-control. And y'all say they're children. Yeah, we were children back then, but we didn't act like that. Classrooms were not up in an uproar. Yeah, it wasn't acceptable. So, you know, parents, step to the front of the damn class, okay? Take your homes back. Get some structure in there. Organize these kids. Organize your life. And it's kind of hard when we're consumed with social media and trying to tear each other apart with dumbass talking points and shit. Just saying. Not necessary. What's the goal? What's the goal? The goal is the children, okay? To create a better space and a better dynamic and a better us for them. And if you don't want to be better, I understand that. I get it. Yeah. Shit ends. Ain't no more Toys R Us. Grow the hell up. All right, Miss Henderson, let's get back to her pointers.
Because I haven't yet explained how the phone call will go that I must make to the child's parents about how another student slapped them. Nor have I shared how the conversation will go with the parent of the child who did the slapping. And then the write-up.
It's a lot.
This time of year is not fun for many educators. I know this directly through the coaching and consulting efforts of the Educator's Advocate. I cannot begin to tell you of the number of educators who have emailed me and sat under my coaching to talk to me about leaving the profession. And it is from conversations that I've had with educators across this nation that I've compiled what I call Miss T's Take, Leaving the Profession and Beyond, resource for you who are contemplating leaving the profession. I want you to know what that entails because you're at a crossroads and I don't want you to act out of character while you're there. And though we know the system is failing and rebooting, the answer may be for you to leave, but perhaps it's not. And this is not me gaslighting you. I'm telling you a truth. And this is a perspective that I share with my educators across this nation who desire to leave the profession. I want you to get it into your hands. This 30-page digital downloadable resource.
It's only 30 pages. A lot of great tools and strategies and tips in there. 30 pages. Small book. Educate yourself for the betterment of children. And educators, don't be too proud to reach out and get some assistance because it's hard. It's a lot expected out of you when not as much is expected out of parents. Like that shit is amazing to me. These children are your damn responsibility. But you know, we do stuff like this with our kids, you know, and expect them to grow up and be decent. Like if you don't change this behavior, if you parents don't change your behavior around this child, because they obviously learned it from you, yeah, they're gonna grow up to either be in jail or dead. And these are the statistics that are plaguing our country with our young Black men, but who are in possession of these children. Stop doing this. Gentlemen, if you're raising your boys like this, stop it. It's not helping them. It's not helping. Let's see what Briana say about this little young baby. Young man.
I'm like, what? I'm like, nigga, who? I was born to shoot. I got aim. I'm like Johnny Dane. When it come to chase, so I ride, hit one in his arm, hit one.
Are you ready? Because educator, here comes your student. And apparently he's been born to shoot. Oh, you're reading too much into it. Am I? The child didn't blink. A quick word to my parents. That's a man in the back seat. He just happens to start off as a boy.
Get that? Do you get that? Do we not think to the future like that when we push these little creatures out? They're going to be young adults. They're going to be adults in the future. Baby, know that song. Does he know the phonics? Do you know the long I sound or the short I vowel sound? He knows it. Tone, dialect, acted out. Not even 3. Not even 3. And that's a student. That's a child that's going to school. It's going to be somebody's student. So this foolishness to continue this way, the cycles are not breaking. It's not. Because we was doing dumb shit like this. Young people having young babies, young people raising young people, doing the same shit, not being told, don't do that. That's not okay. Why are you doing that? We don't do that. And then we send them off to school and educators have to control your children's behaviors or offer them some damn drugs to stop their behavior and probably sterilize them. Yeah, we have not been good advocates for our children. Parents, you're so more concerned about your career and your college degree that's not causing you to make a lot more money. I mean, be realistic. Taking all this time away from your children. It's kind of unfair. But they're so grateful. You've taught them to be so grateful to mama that they can't even say, "Ma, you was not around. What are you talking about? You worked 9-10 hours a day, and then you went to school 2 hours a night, and then you had your boyfriend on the weekend. Bitch, you wasn't there." I appreciate you giving me life. I appreciate it being a little bit more comfortable than what you had, but realistically, yeah, you weren't there. It's hard to fucking hear. It's hard to hear. But our young adults, our children will be adults one day, okay? Be ready for it. Y'all think y'all doing the best for them, but that shit starts from birth to 5. Instill some knowledge so it makes it easier for the educators. Because our children just can't be failing. It's your fault. You are the common denominator in that. Just all the children just failing. Come on. Y'all are not doing enough with them. Y'all taking the honor and the duty and the responsibility out of being a mother and just want the label and the title and the praise and the fucking trophies. Happy Mother's Day and the free book bags. Come and get them. Almost 500 given out. But niggas is driving BMWs and Acuras and, you know, you got the best wigs and your hair and you're going on trips and taking trips. But y'all come and get book bags. Like, that's something to think about. And even when we wasn't homeschooling, we were not trying to stress getting a book bag. At the end of the day, if there were a couple left, we probably would take one, but it wasn't about us. I don't mind replenishing school supplies. Go to the dollar store. It's $20. And the kids still can't read. Thanks, babe. They still can't read. I have people who have taken their children out of school in homeschool. Okay, so Time for Learning is the program. So I'm in with a lot of groups. Okay, so you have them coming in and they're expressing that their 6th grader that came out of public school is not getting it. They don't know the math. How can we deal with that? Well, good for you. Time for Learning allows you to have 3 grade levels. When you choose a grade level for your child, you still have access to the grade below and you have access to the grade above. You set the standard. Okay, you can completely take them out of 6th grade math, put them back to 3rd grade fucking math and have them start from there. You decide. But this is where we are. Math is not fun. It is not an easy lesson to teach children. And math teachers have always had to be creative, very creative. Your kids are not even able to sit still enough to allow that creativity to help them and assist them. Like, it's really not. You can have a classroom of 20 kids and only 2 are really getting it. Because of what standard was set at home. What standard was set at home? What priorities was set at home? Read a book. No, you can't watch TV. Read a book. And then we're going to discuss what the book was about. When we was coming up, it was called Parenting from the Goddamn Couch. Now y'all parent from the phone. Like, this shit is real. Our poor kids, they don't get enough of our time because we jumping on YouTube at 6 o'clock in the goddamn morning and on it till 2 o'clock. Stop it. Please, okay? Find you some goddamn content. We're going to get back to Miss Briana, though.
Man in the back seat. He just happens to start off as a boy. So if it's not cute for a grown man to point a weapon at you, then make it not cute for a boy to point his Lego or his mock weapon at you. Raise children with the forefront mindset that they won't be with me long. They go out into the world. They go to school where other people have to help them now understand not to use the Lego to put up against Sally's head while you're playing. And then we call you for support to let you know that that's exactly what's happening in the classroom. And you say, oh yeah, nah, I just want. So educator, this is what I want you to realize. Children who come to you come soaked in the marinade of their experience. And you have the distinct honor and pleasure, privilege as a matter of fact, to begin to do your own molding for the time that you have them. Well, I didn't sign up for that. I'm just here to teach. I actually hear you. But you and I both know that 49% of teaching is our ability to deliver instruction, while 51% is our ability to manage and maintain control of a classroom. So when you do the math, It behooves us to create a classroom culture that all children understand. This is how we do it up in here.
Okay.
I'm not talking about harming children,
Absolutely.
hurting them, but holding them accountable. Because you will act right up in here. Not because I said so, but because it is so.
Okay, where them teachers at? Where are those teachers at? Come on, parents. Your kids had a couple of teachers like that? Yeah? Not many of them exist no more. They are afraid. They're afraid. And they're afraid because parents don't have their back. They have one of the hardest jobs in the world, and they are the least protected. They are the least advocated for. Y'all actually think the teachers are a problem. Your teacher has a vendetta against your kid. You know how many times I heard some shit like that? Teacher just got a problem with my child. No, your child has a problem with their fucking behavior and controlling it. And when I tell you about it, you don't want to address it. You don't want to hold him accountable, so he can't stay. What do y'all not get about that? You're going to be kicked out of places because of your fucking behavior. You're going to be not accepted and don't want to be around because of your behavior, your mouth, your attitude, all of it. That shit is taught from home. And if you don't learn to control it, it's going to be a problem.
Need to be right.
Don't be here.
Hellfire in the mouth, woman.
But little kids are not being popped in their mouth for saying bitch. Did you just say that? Oh, wait. Oh, that wasn't okay. No. Instinct. And if you don't have that solidified essence, like she's saying, where that's what you're going to do. This is just what we're going to do. Not because I said so, because it is so. It is so. But you want our kids to do whatever. Y'all free to be butterflies and be whatever you want in the future. Bullshit. Get them out of that fucking fantasy land. Have a direction for your children. Focus. Can't be lollygag all over the place. But I don't know what I want to do. I want to be decisive. I want to go to college. I want to be a dancer. I want to do this. I want to do that. Please. That does not produce healthy adult thinking.
Critically videos, but really I want to be my own star in the videos because I want to become a pop singer and a rock singer and write my own song.
I want to be a podcaster, but I don't have no content, so I got to do reactions to other people's shit and be mean to people and be mean, just be a mean bitch to people and act fool and and that's my content. Sing songs and the fuck. This is where we at. Like y'all kids grow up and now y'all showing childish behaviors as adults. I don't want to play with you. I don't want to play in your fucking reindeer games. Okay? All right. Nobody got to prove anything to anybody. I'm covered. I got a husband. I got God and my beautiful fucking children. Please. Insulting and carrying on. Take a look in the mirror. I got time for that. Please. Let's get back to Miss Briana. You always got to throw that in there a little bit. Sprinkle, 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 sprinkle. Clowns. That's where we at. Fucking clowns.
Do not send
we know we
kid
cute
to kindergarten and he don't know his ABCs, how to spell his name, and he can't count to 10. When you are sending your babies to school, not knowing
shameful.
anything, you've already set your child up
for failure,
teased or bullied. Not all parents tease their kids, not to tease other kids. Don't set your babies up for failure this year. Start educating your kids. You can teach them a lot by the age of 5. On this page, I have resources, tools, tips to help you be a better parent when it comes to
shout out
educating
to
your
TikTok.
child.
Shout out to
Because
baby with that
parents
fresh
are
fit on, looking nice.
But there's a book out there. Follow for more.
And the young lady speaking facts upon facts and facts. Don't send your children to school to fail. They're bullies. Some of them are nice little children, and they have to go to school and assault other children. And you know your child is this way. Correct that shit. Get it together. The only way you can really do that is getting yourself together. If you have a nasty, cantankerous ass mouth and you use it around your children, they will speak the same way. They're learning it from you. They are a mirror of you.
Old school, new school need to learn though.
And y'all don't like correction Because I would get in situations when our children was little, like, let them grow up without all of that. You know, the curses, they're going to hear it, right? It's going to happen. But when they're really little, it's our job to protect them from that type of cantankerousness, you know, these types of homes where this is just happening. So you say, yeah, that's not a home where I really want my children to be, because I don't want them to learn them fucking bad habits, because it's going to be hard for me to break it. I have to break those bad habits that they learn from other children, right? Whether it's cousins, aunts, uncles, nieces, and nephews, playing that shit. Your kids are bad. They speak horribly, and I'm going to correct them. When they're around my children, don't curse. Don't say that. Why? Because I said so. It's not okay. You're a little kid, and you're not going to be teaching that to my kid. And I'll let the parent know. I told them, don't do this and do that around my kid. You teach yours that, but I don't teach mine that. We're not going to be disrespectful to adults and carry on and just do whatever. So it's your job, your responsibility to step in and redirect, re-instruct, repeat consistently for a long time.
To adjust your attitude. For questions or complaints, please contact the manufacturer.
Let's not forget the
He
master
just gave
manipulators.
it to me.
He just gave you candy.
Yeah.
But you came and asked me for candy, and I said no candy.
Yes.
Yes.
So did you go ask Daddy for candy?
No.
Then how did you get candy?
Because I put it on the counter and then he opened it, then he tasted a bite, and then he gave it to me.
Sometimes. Look. Yeah. This is what we do. Yeah, I just put it on the counter, and you know, and Daddy, he's clueless to what's going on. She asked Mommy. Mommy said no, but I'm still gonna go get it. I'm just gonna put it in Daddy's view, because Daddy's just, you know, when I'm around him, I gotta be a sweet daddy, right? Because when I correct them, that tone comes out. So yeah, I'm gonna say yes. Just she didn't even ask. She didn't have to ask. He just opened it for her. Here you go. But she knew that Mommy said no. Let's see. Let's finish
You
this.
win this round. Do not do that again.
Yeah, winning. That's not okay. That's not okay. There needs to be teamwork when it comes to these kids, okay? What's expected, the rules laid down. If Mommy says no, Daddy is to say no. We ought to be on the same page. Why is that not understood? I'm confused, because children will pin you against each other. They will. It's just natural, right? You have some babies who just don't want Daddy to hug or kiss Mommy. Like, yeah. That shit is real. It's envy. It's jealousy. They don't like it. They mean it. Okay? So when you show them that you are a team, let me tell you, they will not listen. Yes, the big ones and the little ones. Okay? Team Harris. Parents against the damn kids. We ain't playing that shit. What your daddy tell you? Like, and you can't be that easy to manipulate. So this child has learned it's very easy to manipulate Mommy and Daddy, especially when they're not communicating. Especially when they're not communicating. You're parent on different levels. You're not listening to each other. You're not doing the same things. And most of the time, it's the women in control. And they don't want to allow that father to parent, because it sounds rough and tough and mean, and their tone and so firm, and y'all need to stop. Shit is amazing. They need that. They need that structure. They need that man in the house. Because we pander and coddle, and our emotions change like, you know, like the weather. And I can't even imagine the women who walk around with all the ailments and fluctuating hormones and stuff like, yeah, our shit is not leveled, y'all. Yeah, a lot of y'all bitches is not leveled. I see it. When you're doing your podcast, y'all look crazy sometimes. But you'll never admit it. Many of y'all would never admit it, that the fluctuating hormones controls a lot. And we are neglecting the children because of it, making excuses like, my period, I don't want to have to deal with you for a week type shit. You know, I heard it. I've been watching it happen for years. Mommy will sit her ass on the couch for days at a goddamn time and parent right from the motherfucking couch. Stop it. Yeah. Lots of y'all.
Take his microphone.
And usher they ass out. Take the goddamn microphone. Take the microphone. Usher them out. Shannon asses. Look at her face.
You win this round. Do not do that again.
You win around. Mommy's a sucker. This is the sucker shit we talk about. Nah, give me that. Oh, daddy took a bite and gave it to you? Okay, now I'm going to take the whole bite. I'm going to eat it because I told you I'm going to eat it right in their face. Y'all think that's harsh? Oh, well, good thing you don't have to raise my children. Yeah, not going to do that. When our children was like 4 years old, I'm in prepping dinner. And I always had like a little snack, you know, so I got some M&Ms sitting on top of the microwave. Wasn't going to eat it till after dinner. Of course, I was going to share. But our child was like, I can't have no M&Ms. I said, no, not till after dinner. You know what she said? She said, I'm pretty. Never raise our child to throw something up like that. I couldn't believe it, child. That was a reprimand. That was a problem for me. You pretty. So I'm supposed to give you M&Ms because you pretty? No. Where you learn that from? Oh, that was a whole conversation. Yeah, she can no M&Ms. None of that. No snack.
You done fucked up.
Yeah, we lost the snack for that night. Oh, no.
I see.
Redirect.
No, I thought so. You know what I'm saying? That you done fucked up. No, you know that.
Yeah. This is what you get when you're constantly out in the public and people, you're so pretty, you're so pretty, you're so pretty. That shit blows up your fucking head. Even little kids. Yeah, stop doing that. Stop always addressing the little girls being pretty. Stop. Why? Why you got to do that? How intelligent such an intelligent little girl. This is what y'all hear. And then when you get ugly, when you get bigger and somebody tells you you're ugly, you're offended. That's because everybody told you as a little girl you was pretty, 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 pretty. Till somebody walks up on you and tell you your ass is ugly. It's crazy. This is the world we're living in, and our children are coming up in it. Panda and coddle. Let's get this next video. We can get ready to get out of here. I've been here long.
Because educator, here comes your student. And they are already mastering the art of manipulation. Briana, you're being too harsh. Am I? What do you hear and see when you watch this clip? Let's take it to the comments. Number 1, I see an adult who has missed a moment to redirect a child in their dishonesty. I see a child playing her parents because she knows how to do that. This is fascinatingly subtle, yet overwhelmingly scary. Scary? Yes, scary. Because before you are blinded by the cute face with the fixed expression of incredulity, remember this. Children grow up to be the students on your campus and in your classroom. They grow up to be the neighbor who is next door. They are the person you see in the grocery store, and they are the one you encounter on your job. So correction starts now. So what would I do? I'll remember that as outlined on page 7 of Miss T's Cup of Culture that I am the adult. And children aren't winning rounds when I have an opportunity to give them a better way. So hand me that candy, bring daddy in the room, and we talk about what just happened. And we explain what it really is. Lying and deceit. And this builds within the child a framework, something to think about if another opportunity presents itself to deceive. So
let me tell you, there was times when my mother would be like, do you think that was appropriate at this age? Like, is that too much? No, it's lying and deceitful. And that's the last thing I'm gonna allow you to do is pin me and my husband against each other, even our children. We're not doing that. What did daddy say? Daddy said no. So why are you coming to ask me? Do you think that my answer is going to change? I mean, and that's a problem with them. They don't like it. They don't like that they can't manipulate us. So they learned very early that shit don't work. And the oldest taught the second one, and the second one taught the third one. But the fourth one too far apart, so she didn't get this one tries, but we're still on it. Don't allow them to manipulate you. Don't allow them to manipulate the relationship that you have with your husband. Okay? Because if you chose a man to marry and have these children, I don't think you chose a man that's going to hurt them. Like, where the fuck does them hurting them come from? It's their father. Because sometimes our shit comes off a little harsh and spanking, like, but we love them. But theirs sound a little different. Their tone is a little different. They expect they're going to stand on their square. You're not going to sway. We got to stop swaying when it comes to these kids because you're sending them into these institutions with educators who are not capable of handling their out of control behaviors. They're not. You have some adults who cannot control themselves and they will tussle and knock your child out and snatch a phone and fight them down to the ground and all of that. Yeah, and then we'll say, oh, they should be the adult. Yeah, well, everybody doesn't have that control. Expecting shit from people that you don't know. That's a bit much. Get to know the teacher. Then do that. But y'all not doing that either. Here we are.
To my educator, who's on an early childhood campus. And these children come onto your campuses with these cute little faces and these too big for them backpacks. Beautiful. And you are tempted to do this. Oh. Don't. Stop. I want you to consider this, that there may be some learned behaviors that they need to unlearn in your space. And that will require a firmness, not a fuzziness from you. Because see, fuzzy is what they get at home. Game playing of who won the round is at home, but not so with you. Educator, this posture and position that I'm describing to you is a part of what I call culture building, and it is you who is responsible for that in your space. So I'm inviting you. So educator, I'm inviting you to be a part of our upcoming webinar, Mindset.
Word. Check her out. Go check out that webinar, her website, her TikTok page. She doesn't have a lot of subscribers on YouTube yet, but I'm sure she got her people when they're going to be coming on over. So y'all make sure y'all blow them up. Just like we got the prison doctor to be blown up. So when I first shared him, he only had maybe the same thing, 200, 300 subscribers. He's up to 20,000 now, and he's doing the work across the country. He's going into your homes, and he's correcting not only the children's behavior, but a lot of you parents. And he's pretty stern. He yells and all of that. So if you don't know about him, the prison doctor, go check him out as well on TikTok and Instagram and anywhere social. Look him up. And if you need help, reach out. Get some help. But you're going to have to take this constructive criticism. You're going to have to do the work. And that means you have to change in order to get these children in order. And we're talking about children. You redirect your behavior, theirs will change as well.
Do you remember that video? Well, she's older now.
She grew up.
Watch this.
I got this video right here for your mama, because I'm finished singing.
Middle school.
Y'all get up and move.
This is too much, but it happens more than you know. But educator, here comes your student. And before you ask me to consider whether this child is on the spectrum or ask me to consider the trauma that they may have endured,
observation.
Know this.
The first clue.
Child is in control of being out of control.
First assumption. Always the first assumption is that they're on the spectrum. Something wrong with them. Something wrong with them. They ain't special needs. They special needs. They on the spectrum, you know. Yeah. Really? That's so quick. Plausible deniability that you ain't teach they ass shit. Okay? Or something's in the water. All our kids are not struggling in that way. Stop it. It's just bad habits learned from home, from your ass.
Of being out of control. So however it's informed, the response is still the same. Where's Miss T? Beginning on page 20 of Miss T's Cup of Culture, our 20-page digital downloadable ebook that you need to get in your hands today, I talk to you about positive classroom culture that has to do with your tone and mood. I'm not sure what happened prior to the video starting. I'm not even sure who's videoing because it's not the educator who's speaking. There was another adult in the classroom working with a small group. I believe that child originated in that group because her backpack was under one of those chairs. The perspective of the videoer seemed to be tall as if there was another adult in the class. So there are 3 adults in the class. And no one's presence spoke in the volumes to that child that they wouldn't dare. So watch this. Here are some points. Educators, lower the tone of your voice from excitable to here. Do not use language as if you're a peer. I'm finna snitch. As a classroom or a campus, create language for a drill that gets students out if there's a threat in the classroom. Code purple. It's used in the medical field as well. I need to do a part 2. Let me hear from you. Get your copy.
It's important. A lot of educators have to deal with that type of out of control child. And honestly, I'm in the comments. I'll be checking some of the comments because this is what I hear. That is the first thing they say. They use that as an excuse. Oh, the child must have special needs. So it's an epidemic here in our country. All our children have special needs. Come on, man, get off of that shit. And if they do, it's the parents' job. Mothers, it's your job. It's your job. You don't wait till the child gets to school and school tells you that. You should know. You should know beforehand. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 by 7. Yeah, you should be extremely aware of who your child is and what they're capable of and what they're not. It's on you. It's on you to research your child. They know you better than you know them. Little do you know, they're brilliant. Especially if we're considering, teaching them to pass tests is the level of importance of education. I mean, so much more to learn, like controlling themselves and their behavior, being kind, learning manners and respect, and the fact that there's cause and effect. Those things are important. That shit comes from home. You don't hold the glass properly, it's going to slip and fall and break. We're going to get ready to get up out of here. I know I got a couple more videos. I might come on during the week because, this educator advocate is awesome. And she has a lot of great tips. It's the beginning of the school year. And if we allow parents and children to continue bad habits, just going to take it all the way through the year. And the kids ain't going to learn shit. And the other kids in the class that want to learn are struggling because of your child. So you have to at least keep that in mind, So when you're thinking selfishly about sending your bad, uncontrollable child to school, you might want to sit in class with them. If your presence will stop that, you might want to consider doing that to get that behavior changed. Please make better decisions, man. That's all it's about. Making better decisions and be an inspiration to your children. Oh, gotta leave y'all with some inspiration. Thanks, babe.
Easiest way to fuck up your life? Have a kid with the wrong woman. Worse, have a kid with a one-night stand. Somebody you don't even fucking know. To be fair to the women in the room, this massively is amplified for you because the carrying cost is usually greater for women than it is for men. So it applies both ways, which is why, by the way, in both nature and in humans, who generally is the more selective? Women, because they fully understand there is an inherent cost to them if the wrong person gets them pregnant. So in the interest of full disclosure, women have it way harder than men do there, but as a man, you want to fuck up your life, have a kid with the wrong person. As a woman, you want to fuck up your life, have a kid with the wrong person. Now, kids are always a blessing. If they come in here, they're dropping in for a purpose, so even if the circumstances are shitty, you can usually look back and think, well, maybe I don't like how this happened, but I absolutely love my children or my child. But just learn that, which means, and the reason I started with men is because who gets to make that decision on the front end? Men. We're only serving humanity if we're leaving the next generation better than we found them. Hey, don't make my mistakes. So with my kids, I'm sure they're gonna be fucked up. I just want them to be fucked up different than I was fucked up. But that's it, then I know I'm winning. They're not having the same problems I had. Then I'm like, fuck, at least you got different problems to go talk to the therapist about. That makes more sense to me. If they're talking about my problems, what does that mean? I didn't face it. I just passed it on to them. That seems lame to me. That seems irresponsible to me. How many times do you see this? Well, that just runs in our family 4 generations. Like, no, it fucking does not. Nobody had enough fucking balls to step up and go, it stops with me. I'm done with this shit.
Yep. Sometimes it gotta stop with you. People are gonna hate you for it, man. Some gonna love you and some gonna hate you. I've never been one to, continuously find myself in any type of cantankerous bullshit. I don't entertain that kind of stuff. So I'm going to keep doing and pushing the content that I push. And for the people who like it, I appreciate you coming through and enjoying and sharing my shit. Thank you very much. And the people who don't, you ain't got to come here and fucking watch it. You ain't got to watch it. You ain't got to listen. You ain't got to promote it. You ain't got to care. Why you care so much? Why you care so much about the path that my husband and I has taken to get to the destination that we are in now together? 25 years and 18 years married. It's a lot of days. 4 kids. My son is 28. And he's have a good night. We out of here.
It's 10 p.m. Do you know where your children are?
It's 10 p.m. Do you know where your children are?
It's 10 p.m. Do you know where your children are?
Hey, it's 10 p.m. Do you know where your children are?
It's 10 p.m. Do you know where your children are?
It's 10 p.m. Do you know where your children are?
It's 10 p.m. Do you know where your children are?
I'm Paul Stanley of KISS. It's 10 p.m. Do you know where your children are?
Everything in creation and in physical form has its own fundamental resonant frequencies. Everything in creation and in physical form has its own fundamental resonant frequencies.